Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another fascinating edition of the program CAC Weekly, a weekly program that keeps you abreast on the activities and the achievements of the Corporate Affairs Commission. My name is Amina Jibril. Coming up on CAC Weekly, CAC teams up with Abuja Enterprise Agency to formalize more informal businesses. Also, European Union and British Council collaborates with the CAC, hits a new high. Plus, staff welfare receives a boost as CAC commences training of over 400 staff. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
We are human beings. People could put documents in a wrong file. Some of the staff that are complaining, telling the gentleman that they have not been trained. These were staff that were agents to some of you. Yes, they were getting some money to facilitate transactions for customers. That window is not there. They are frustrated, so they visit their frustration on the system. We know. Most of you had contacts within CAC. Most of you. When you have anything, you call Abuja, you have somebody within CAC that will follow your file from table to table. For a fee. Yes, that was the reality. That system is not there. So some of them are frustrated. The extra money, they are not getting it. When every issue they complain about, we know them. So this system will work. It's working and it will work to perfection. I can assure you on that. So please, when we request you to send documents, we are not doing it because we want to punish you. It was very likely that the document was not inside the file. So we cannot ask you to the file. If you have your own copy, submit. We know our signatures, we know our documents. On the strength of that, we'll update the database. So it's faster and quicker than keeping your file untreated for only God knows when.
Welcome back. We start off with business registration matters. Now, the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, and the Abuja Enterprise Agency have reinvigorated their collaboration, which is aimed at formalizing more informal businesses in the country. To that effect, an open-day business exhibition tagged 360 Degrees Exhibition for SMEs was held on Wednesday, 25th August 2021 at the premises of Abuja Enterprise Agency. The exhibition afforded the SMEs the opportunity to showcase their product and services, as well as formalize their businesses by way of registering with the Corporate Affairs Commission. As at the time of this report, no fewer than 7 SMEs registered their businesses on the spot, while others received guidance on how to ensure their businesses get formalized. In view of CAC's recent successes, particularly its digitization efforts, more local and international organizations are seeking collaboration with Africa's biggest companies registry, as demonstrated in the next report. Now, the collaboration between the European Union, EU, British Council, Agents for Citizen-Driven Transformation, EU Act, and the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, to deploy a financial account filing system for companies on the Companies Registration Portal, CRP, has received a further boost. Now, this was demonstrated with the flag off of a one-day stakeholders workshop to review the system requirements for the filing system in Abuja. Declaring the workshop open, the National Program Manager, EU Act, Damilare Babalola, applauded the enormous support and cooperation received from the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, towards ensuring success of the project. Now, Damilare Babalola, who noted with delight the progress recorded so far, charged participants to contribute meaningfully towards the perfection and deployment of the software in record time. In his remark, the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, restated his commitment towards the implementation of the software, which he said was in line with global best practices. Represented by his special assistant, Teva Ayua Jom, The Registrar General, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, applauded what he called the support and tenacity of the European Union and other partners collaborating to build a system that would have global appeal. He expressed hope that sister regulatory agencies would key into the project by way of integration in order to have a unified standard way of reporting financial accounts by companies.
We have been engaging with the European Union through Mr. Chambers and Mr. Eden. They have been very, very wonderful. In fact, at the point, it was like they were pushing us to make these things, developments happen. But we know that it is in our own interest. The Registrar General, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, is truly committed to make sure we are where we are supposed to be. He is setting the pace, and we have a workforce that is really committed and is driving the implementation of these changes we are putting in place. I want to encourage my colleagues not to give up. The challenges ahead are much, but we are almost there. And it will better the system, it will better the reporting entities who are even going to be the end beneficiaries of this innovation. The report on financial statements filed by registered entities. Before now, we have abdicated on that responsibility to a large extent, maybe because we had a weak regulatory regime. But now we have a new law that mandates us to do a lot of things regarding compliance on most of these issues. Most of these agencies rely on what CAC. They are supposed to rely on what CAC is giving them. But because the enforcement was very poor or non-existent at all, they decided to deploy in-house processes to address these issues. What we are trying to do here, we are trying to develop a standard that has a global appeal. And this means that all regulatory agencies are going to key in to this. That is why the issue of integration is very, very important. It is not a choice, but they are relying on what we are giving them. So you can't come to CAC, file annual returns, and go to FIRS and have a different standard. The standard is the same.
The software developer Centrifuge Information Technology Limited, in a remark by its managing director, Damilola Awe, stressed that the engagement was necessary sequel to their visit to operational department in the commission.
Of anomalies and made the regulators look like they don't know what they are doing. We're about to facilitate the same training for CBN, RegTech, and the SOFTech. They want to be able to supervise. If you can remember the issue that led to the banning of cryptocurrency in Nigeria, banning of, because even the regulators CBN do not know what is happening. So they are also gearing their own words, their effort up to be on board with what is happening. And the same thing is applicable to CAC. Okay, what we are about to build and develop through EU Act is what we call regulatory technology. CAC, as we know, we are regulatory body to company affairs, account affairs. So this technology is coming at the right time. Very important.
He revealed that the upcoming software was similar to that of the UK Companies House and would, amongst others, address irregularities in the filing of financial accounts by companies. Also speaking at the event was the CAC head ICT, Ambrose Obeta, who acknowledged the speedy progress of the project and pledged their commitment towards ensuring its success. Dami Larry Babalola, National Program Manager, EU Act, and Udo Ekongidem, Component 2 Manager Act Program, spoke to CAC Weekly at the end of the Stakeholders Forum.
I think first of all, like we always say, if we don't have the support of the RG for this process, that's the Registrar General, you guys will not be here with us. It doesn't matter what the good intention that we have. The fact that we have the collaborative atmosphere and we have this very support at the top level within the CAC is making this work to go in the direction in which we want. What we have come here to do is to look at how to make the process easier so that everyone that is involved, from our end, from CAC end, from the consultant that is also working to support this process, so there is a collective understanding, mutual understanding of what will be the outcome of this effort. And I'm glad that the conversation is very deep, very engaging, and I'm also glad that it's very frank. Everyone has the opportunity to lay it out in the way, and this is for the benefit of the eventual outcome. So we hope that the next step that has been agreed is for the centrifuge, which is the consultant, to now take the outcome of meetings to use it to develop a prototype of the online platform that we are looking for, and then take conversation forward with the CAC executive, and then be able to then take it further. So I hope that we are in the right direction. The consultant centrifuge, we meet with the technical team. I think there is a team of technical individuals that have been put together that comprises from the CAC, and they will agree together over the next few days. I assume that they will be meeting, and they will agree together and review the work plan that is currently existing. There are a number of things that I imagine that we didn't factor in the last time that have just been factored. So all of this is what they are going to take forward to inform when we will have the prototype.
It was definitely a good one. I think the next step really now is for the consultant to actually move ahead to develop the software. But before that, as agreed, there's going to be some sort of small stakeholder event where the templates that will be used by the different categories of CAC customers would be looked into and agreed and validated, so that the consultant then would take those templates and build into the software. Apart from making it easy for customers to file their financial statements, as mentioned, the business intelligence reporting aspects is a big plus for the country, because with that, you can easily analyze the data that goes to CAC, whether you want to know about the sizes of companies across regions in the country, by turnover, by asset, etc. It is really good. It's good for even monitoring the issue of governance.
It would be recalled that the Corporate Affairs Commission commenced the implementation of the CAMA 2020 on 3rd January 2021. Now, shortly after the commencement of the implementation, the CAC in January 2021 signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Citizen-Driven Transformation EU Act to further complement the efforts of the Commission towards achieving full implementation of the CAMA 2020. And now we move on to capacity building. In a bid to further enhance the capacity of its workforce, the Corporate Affairs Commission has commenced the training program of 443 staffers. The training, which will cut across all cadres of staff, would be conducted in streams. The streams for the executive cadre commenced on 23rd August 2021. Some of the beneficiaries of the training program for the executive cadre, tagged Advanced Leadership Skills, who spoke to CAC Weekly, described their experience as worthwhile and therefore commended the Registrar General Alhaji Garba Abubakar for prioritizing the training. For Ayo Mike Horatiu Olise Jolumi, Assistant Director of Registry, the training has broadened his horizon.
The training has helped me emphasize or help emphasize certain beliefs I had. I'm quite health conscious, for instance. I hardly eat out. That is the reason why I did not eat any of the things you brought. It's not as if I have, but I'm quite conscious of the kind of things I consume. So health-wise, it has helped to emphasize certain beliefs. And then the other trainings. I'm a very, very impatient person. I know how to teach, but sometimes I lose my patience. But now I've been able to understand that I need to try to tell my colleagues over and over again, because I now realize that indeed we have various levels of understanding. So it has helped me emphasize certain things already. It will help me improve my tasks.
Highlights of the training included health talk and presentation of certificates.
Nigerians are always happy people, no matter how bad. Just relieve yourself. Go to the spa. Go on vacation. Go out. It's important. If you fall down and die, they will employ another person. That's how it is. If diabetic, control diabetes. Currently, there is no permanent cure for hypertension. However, it can be managed and controlled. It is not a death sentence. Key is early detection and monitoring. Stroke, 2 minutes on stroke. We've talked about that. So when the blood that is supposed to supply the brain and the blood vessel becomes narrow, it cuts off blood supply to the brain. That's how stroke sets in. But why I'm saying this is because when you have a stroke and your left side is weak, the problem is usually on your right brain. Remember, if you use your left hand, it's the right brain. So the doctor tends to do a CT scan. On the CT scan, you now write like right hemispherical something. So we are looking at, and when we see it on the right, you know that okay, it's expected. That's why the weakness is on the left. If we see the weakness on the right, we know that the problem is on the left brain. Are we together? So something has, either blood supply because of hypertension has cut it down. 70% of the causes of those blood cholesterol, for example, goes and block that vessel. It can now cause stroke.
It would also be recalled that the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, had during the recently concluded 2021 management retreat held in Kaduna on 30th to 31st July 2021 revealed that the Commission was to embark on the training of at least 400 staffers this year. And now we move on to some other staff matters, where Haruna Yakubu has been elected the president of the CAC Staff Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society. Announcing the result of the elections, Chairman of the Electoral Committee, Tolulokpe Adeola Shonaike, said Haruna Yakubu emerged the winner with 129 votes to defeat his closest and only rival, Felix Anda, who scored 126 votes in a keenly contested election held shortly after the annual general meeting of the Cooperative Society held in Abuja. Tolulokpe said the office of the President, Vice President, Treasurer and Financial Secretary were contested for, while 5 other positions went unopposed. Speaking to CAC Weekly on his victory, the newly elected president, CAC Staff Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society, Haruna Yakubu, expressed gratitude to God for the victory and extended an olive branch to his co-contestant. He commended members for ensuring a massive turnout and good conduct during the process. He therefore solicited the support of all members and pledged to run an all-inclusive leadership in order to make the organization stronger.
First and foremost, my gratitude goes to God Almighty for making this election possible and making it in such a way that it started peacefully and it ended peacefully. It was a keenly contested election, particularly the seat of the president. You could see that people were expressed themselves through the ballot. However, I want to thank everyone who took his time to come and vote for the growth of this cooperative society. And I also want to urge on everyone to join hand with us to make this cooperative even better. So I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to everyone. Other contestant Felix is my brother, is my colleague, and I assure you, I'm going to hold his hand and I'll seek for his support to work together with even those that had supported him. At the end of it, the interest of the cooperative is what is paramount. And I assure you, we are carrying everyone along to work together to make this cooperative to an enviable height. As part of my campaign manifesto, first and foremost, I assured members that if elected, to start with, our investment as of today is about 340 million in short-term investments. So for the issue of capitalization of our shareholding, to be modest, at the end of my 2 years term, I want to see a situation where we are hitting 300 to 500 million.
In a remark at the end of the exercise, the outgoing president, Orji Uzoma Ugochukwu, expressed delight over the smooth conduct of the process and therefore urged members to join hands with the incoming president and his team to ensure continued growth of the cooperative. The membership of the CAC Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society grew from 615 members in 2016 to 948 in December 2020, representing an increase of 333 members. The present total capitalization of the society as at 31st December 2020 stood at 60 million naira shares at nominal value of 1 naira per share.
The Corporate Affairs Commission CAC has upgraded and launched its registration portal. The portal is end-to-end and it allows for self-service by customers. The new features include one-man company registration, printing of certificate of registration by customers anywhere around the world, recognition of electronic signature, integration of data submission and document upload for seamless transaction, introduction of QR code on certificates and other documents for instant verification, disclosure parameters for persons with significant control PSC in registered corporate business according to the new Companies Law 2020, protection of restricted and personal information of promoters and officers of registered entities. Visit pre.cac.gov.ng to start your business registration or post.cac.gov.ng to begin your post-incorporation filings. Company registration. To begin, reserve the company name that you intend to register and then proceed to click on Start Registration to begin. Step 1. Enter the details of the company. Click on Save and Continue. Step 2. Add the objects of the company. Click on Save and Continue. Step 3. On the Articles of Association, you can either create your own Articles of Association or simply adopt the default Articles of Association provided. You can also edit each part of the default Articles of Association to fit your company's purpose. Click on Save and Continue. Step 4. On the directors, enter the details of at least one director. If you want to hide your residential address from public record, click on the Hide Residential Address from Public Record toggle button. Click on Save and Continue. Step 5. Under Secretary, this requirement is optional for small companies and you may skip the step by clicking on the Click Here link button to proceed. However, if you wish to add a secretary, click on the Add Secretary button, enter the details of the secretary, and click on Save and Continue. Step 6. Under Statement of Issued Share Capital, add the share details and enter details of proprietor and click on Save and Continue. Note, you must allot the entire issued share capital. Step 7. On the persons with significant control, enter the particulars of the person with significant control of the company. Step 8. Under Statement of Compliance, if you are an applicant or an accredited agent other than a legal practitioner, fill in your details and click on Save and Continue, or you can skip this step. Under Document Upload, Scan and upload all the documents labeled yes under the If Required column, and where the documents labeled Optional applies to you, please scan and upload to avoid a query on your application. Click on Save and continue to preview. Step 9. Preview your entries, and if satisfied, click on the Proceed to Payment in order to make payment. Remember to remain on the remitter page after you have received a confirmation of payment. Step 11. After payment, you will be redirected to your dashboard where you will make payment for your stamp duty. After making payment, your application will enter the pending panel on your dashboard under registration. When your registration has been approved, your certificate will be automatically generated on your registered panel where you can download and print it.
And that's where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of the program CAC Weekly. We do hope you enjoyed watching. Remember, for comment and inquiries, please take advantage of our social media handles and our helplines. On Instagram and Facebook, it is Corporate Affairs Commission. Our email is cservice@cac.gov.ng. You could reach us via our website at www.cac.gov.ng. Our helplines are on the numbers 081-822-99016 or 081-822-98971, 090-874-01598 or 090-874-01599 and 090-874-01600. Do join us next week for another interesting edition of the program, same time and same station. From me, Amina Jibril, and the whole team here, it is bye for now.